The salvage of large treasures has become a lucrative business. In the United States, an incipient private industry proliferates. Metal detectors, underwater cameras, infrared radars, cameras, and other advances in technology have allowed them to arrive at the most inaccessible shipwrecks. In 2001, UNESCO decided to mediate in the continuous conflicts among archaeologists, treasure hunters, and nations. It fostered the Convention on the Protection of Underwater Cultural Patrimony, in which it prohibited the commercial excavations and the illegal possession of underwater wealth. But few countries signed it. If treasure hunters continue their uncontrolled practices, scenes like this one will be more and more infrequent. The one-of-a-kind guardian of the treasure, allowing itself to be caressed by a visitor. Underwater archaeologists continuously sound the alarm about the destructive practices of treasure hunters. Their only interest is to make as much money as possible as quickly as possible. If an object is difficult to reach, they don't hesitate to use explosives. In 1952, Jaques Cousteau developed the first independent diving apparatus. Finally, man could move freely under the sea, swim next to the fish, explore its more hidden secrets. The ocean was opened up to us with all its wealth. The French diver's invention was a wonderful advance, but also a large responsibility. The conflict is not only over the undoubted historical value of these shipwrecks. With the incessant passage of the tide and the centuries, these boats have comprised independent underwater ecosystems and of their new inhabitants. The exploration of the underwater world is a new opportunity for us not to repeat the mistakes we made on the surface. Coral quickly colonizes submerged metals. For its precise growth, it obtains calcium carbonate in its natural form. As it climbs up the metal, the coral obtains calcium carbonate easier, and its growth is multiplied. The Maldives government throws scrap iron into the sea, like these frames, to recover damaged reefs and atolls. Coral also serves for seaweed to fix itself to the bottom, and these continue the food chain, serving many fish. The Humphead Wrasse comprises part of the traditional diet of the Maldive Islands. Nevertheless, eating it can be fatal. The toxin called ciguatera is ingested by small herbivorous fish, and since they don't metabolize it, it accumulates in their body. When a larger fish like the Humphead Wrasse devours one of these small fish, it ingests the toxin as well, although it doesn't affect him. But if a human being eats these larger fish, the ciguatera toxin can lead to death. A means to detect this toxin was only discovered very recently. But we still don't have an antidote for this severe poisoning. Nevertheless, many generations ago, the native fishermen of these islands developed mechanisms to avoid contaminated fish. When visiting the Maldives, the prudent thing is to avoid reef predator fish that are larger than the ones normally captured and consumed locally. Most of the marine species are edible, even the most toxic ones, if you know how to treat them. Nevertheless, our diet has reduced the variety of fish based on the facility to carry out massive catches. Technology has developed economical and manageable underwater cameras. For that reason, many divers have switched their spear guns for cameras. There are more than 5,000 classes of sponges. Until the first half of the 19th century, they were considered seaweed. But an exhaustive study revealed that they were animals, although unable to move. Like these brain sponges. The traditional image of the sea floor is one of a group of fish swimming in unison, or one of solitary fish looking for food. But frequently, members of the same species compete violently for the same bits of food or for mates to reproduce. The octopus blends into its surroundings to escape from predators. But it also changes color according to its mood. Blue if it's excited,